Welcome to Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm here today to bring you more of the EFC 24/7 daily report. And it's not just transfer news today, there's other news to do with the club as well. So I'll bring you all that. Stuff to come out the papers, keeping us busy at the moment in these lockdown times. And the main story seems to be coming out of the Express, which is that Everton and Newcastle United have both expressed a big interest in signing Toulouse midfielder Ibrahim Sangare. Sangare could now be available for a cut price following Toulouse's relegation to League 2 after League 1 was called off. Well, this is a player who I've seen linked with Everton before. Central defensive midfielder, quite powerful, 6'3", physical. Looks like something we could have done with last season when Gomez and Aubameyang were injured, but something we could probably still do with because we haven't really managed to replace Idrissa Gueye. Now Aubameyang's not had much of a chance, but we could always do with strengthening in that area still because Fabian Delph didn't make the impact that we thought he would. So central defence midfield is an area that has been linked with Everton quite consistently ahead of this summer transfer window so far. So there may be something in that rumour. It's worth looking into, but obviously, as I say, I always look at other clubs who've been linked with a player. Newcastle United are the other club in this report who've been linked with the player to judge that rumour by. Newcastle obviously not quite on the level Everton want to be at, but have possibly run into money at the moment, so they've been linked with some ridiculous names, so you never know. But that's probably the biggest in terms of transfer news, but some massive news came out yesterday. I think it was kind of, I'm not sure how much we should take from it. It was the news that Mike Tyson's cannabis company, Swiss X, are apparently in talks with Everton to be its main shirt sponsor for next season. Obviously, a lot of the lads in our chat, I'm sure, took it as quite funny, to be fair, because Everton's moved away from Sport Pacer because of its link to betting. And Denise Baxendale said she didn't want to be associated with such a company, so to move into a cannabis company would be a bit of a strange one. But the Echo came out later on and said that it's just one of hundreds of companies that Everton have held talks with over the main shirt sponsor deals for next season. So that's one of them. I think that's probably because it's the most interesting one. That's why it's come out. But this is Insider, is the account that came out of anyway. So something to bear in mind. Never know. Mike Tyson's cannabis company. So yeah, there's some other quotes from Luca Dean that's come out today as well. He's done an interview with the club. I'll read this quote out for you. He said, "We can do better than last year and maybe qualify for Europe this season. We have the fans behind us every time we play, and we have something special in the club because we are a big family. We have to keep this mentality to do our best every time. We have very good players, and in the past few years the club has invested a lot. We eventually want to finish in the top 4 or 5, and in a few years be playing in the Champions League. The manager has big experience and he puts calmness in the team. He's very relaxed and close to the players and can give a lot to us. Everybody in Everton squad has the motivation to work. We all know we are lucky and have to stay fit and be ready to play." So that's what Luca Dean said. That's some quotes from the club today. Obviously big ambitions, looking towards the Champions League. I've heard Carlo Ancelotti say it, but for the players to be saying it as well, it's clear what the aims are, which is good to see. Some ambition, finally. And there's a couple of rumours in the Echo feed today as well. Jefferson Soteldo, the Santos Venezuelan forward who's scored 10 goals last season, has been linked with Everton. He's been talking about his European dream to come over potentially to the Premier League. He's told the original drink team, "I want to finish this season at Santos, win the Libertadores and whatever is possible, and then take another step. I want to go to Europe, but not to go and come back. I want to go and pursue my career with greater success." The Brazilian side's president, Jose Carlos Perez, told Calcio Mercato Everton have been in touch regarding Soteldo, who is reportedly valued at £32 million. Another forward, as we've talked about on these reports before, I'm not sure whether we need one at the moment. Got 2 quality ones in Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison, and obviously Moise Keane in there as well. So, not sure what to make of that, but it's a nice position to be in, not having to worry about strikers for once, because we have for the majority of my life to support Everton, to be honest. So that's, and another one on Djibril Sidibe on in the Echo feed as well, actually. Weird one. Noel Whelan, the former Coventry striker, was speaking to Football Insider. There seems to be a theme of strange old football players just out of the blue coming out and talking about modern day things, football players that you've generally forgotten about. But he said that I think the fact that Sidibe's already been there at the football club and part of the squad, Ancelotti's had enough time to see enough of the player. Let's be honest, 12 million these days, it's nothing. That's obviously the clause that was put in as option to buy in his loan deal. I've seen players be worth 50 million who have never managed to hit the ground running in the Premier League. They get Torres maybe. Sidibe, he's done well there, and 12 million, you wouldn't worry about it too much, would you? Obviously, a decent arguments, but the report says as well that it was reported last week that Carlo Ancelotti had started the ball rolling to get Sidibe to Goodison for good, and it's believed there is a 12 million purchase clause already in place, so maybe that will be made permanent, and whether he's the starting right back next season or whether he's just bought for another option is possibly either way, whether Kenny will come back or stay another year on loan. Probably won't be bought by Schalke, who are struggling financially at the moment. That's pretty much it in terms of transfer news, but there is another quite sad news really. That Ronald Koeman, former Everton manager, has been rushed into hospital with heart problems, so obviously that's awful news, so we wish all the best to Ronald Koeman, a speedy recovery. Obviously I'd made some good memories with the club, and we hope him all the best in these difficult times. Obviously he's been rushed into the hospital, so we hope he's okay. But no, that's all the news that's come out of Everton today, so let us know what you think of the transfer rumours, whether you rate them. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the Toffee Blues, like the video, and thanks a lot for watching. Join us next time.